Aloha everybody, this is Dawn over at Dawn's Crafty Corner. So as you can tell, I have a whole ensemble of various smaller projects that I'm going to do today. I had one done and I had editing issues, issues with my editing software. That got cleared up and fixed, but when I went to go back, I completely forgot that once you delete it off the program, or once you delete it off your computer that you're working on, even if you've uploaded it to the editing software that I use, it deletes everything. So yeah, so I gotta redo something else. That's why I'm doing some smaller projects. Plus my fibromyalgia is giving me some, HE double hockey sticks today. So, but yeah, first, I haven't finished watching the entire replay of it. Sorry I didn't make it, but it's early my time. So, but, hopefully Riley, Mary's granddaughter over Resin me up. Hopefully Riley raised quite a few funds. And two, I think Jennifer won the box that I'm doing. Yeah, congratulations, Jennifer. And congratulations to all the winning bidders. You guys did good and for a great cause. So yeah. So now, let me get to my shout outs before I explain this mess of ensemble here. So first, Jacob over at Jacob's Creations. I just looked and he's up to 141 subs. So let's try and get him to the 200 mark. I know we can do it. And so also Jacob, try using alcohol, or simply water, soapy water, for those hard to demold molds. That should help. So some of my favorite projects that Jacob has done, I personally really liked your rainbow turtle, Jacob. I thought it turned out beautiful. And rainbows are really big here in Hawaii. You haven't seen a rainbow until you've seen a rainbow in Hawaii, especially the double rainbows. They're beautiful, and we get a lot of them. And actually, the Rainbow Warriors is the mascot of like the college here and several of the elementary school. So yeah, so rainbows are very large here, and also, I know I've mentioned it before, but Jacob, turtles here in Hawaii are actually called honus. So he also did the dragon pencil utensils holder for Margot Artsy, and I thought that was awesome. And I don't know if you've sent it off to her yet, but she's going to love it. That is totally up her alley. And then, I like the silly snail, and the planet spear. So those were some of my favorite projects over at Jacob's Creation. If you haven't checked them out, go check them out. Give them a sub. And then, and I think my son is choosing now to wash his car. Lucky me. And then next is Tara over at Jaybird Resin, or Jaybird Resin Art. Everything will be linked in the description box. So, and last I looked, and I haven't looked recently, but when I wrote down this list, she had 144 subs. So if she's not already there, can we get her to 200 as well? She's also a newer channel. And Tara, if you see this, you inspired me to check to see if there's like a fibromyalgia month, and I found out that it's same as the lupus month. everything, the purple, the butterfly, all of that is the same as the lupus, and I guess it's for chronic pain conditions, is what I had read. A couple of my favorite videos that you had done is video number 30. One of them's video number 37, your husband memorial. My son's leaving. Yeah, I love that. My husband's terminally ill, so I would do something like that, in his memorial. That was beautiful. And then video 39, your fairy coasters. Those turned out beautiful. My aunt would love that. She loves fairies. One of my many aunts. My mom has like 17 brothers and sisters, so there's a whole bunch of them. My grandparents have 137 grandkids, but I digress. And then third, and everyone knows and loves him, Andy over at Custom Carving. Let me try that again, Andy. Andy over at Custom Carving and Epoxy UK. He's over in the UK, duh. I'm new to his channel, so I'm still watching videos, but yeah, Tammy over at Epoxy Me That sent me over to you. And I love the fact that he helps creators, big and small, don't matter. And he does like a live with them, like a Q&A live. And you just, also just sit and talk story. And I love that he helps others, and that also stems back to something, Renee had started with doing the shout outs. And she had made a comment that we should all help each other grow. We're one big community, almost like a great big family. And, that really helps the smaller channels, even smaller than myself. So, Andy, kudos. Yeah, and he's fun to watch. He is so charismatic. No wonder he's got a new girlfriend, Shelly. So, and like he was on Mary's Live today, and I'm not telling anybody what happened. But if you haven't watched the replay, go watch the replay. It was great, and you did a good job, Andy. You did a great job. Anyways, I liked some of my favorite projects on, and he does like a lot of blooms and stuff, some Froggy Fridays. So anyways, a couple of my favorite projects. Oh, and by the way, Reggie's so cute. So cute, so cute, so cute. Oh, I have a clove. And I have a Ming, but she's a cat, but she thinks she's a princess. So, anyways, a few of my favorite projects from Andy. I loved the most recent No White 3D bloom you did, and I think it was pinks and yellows. I know there was pink, because pink catches my eye every time. And then I loved the 3D Christmas bloom and the rose trinket box that you did. Those were beautiful. And I also just recently, the most recent video where you used the spring form cake pan to be a mold housing. Brilliant! Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. So yes. Alright. Now, one more thing before I start. I need your guys' help. So I got this awesome mold. I'm not going to say what it is, and there's a reason why. But once you will know. You guys will know once why. But before, I need some help. So it came, but it came ripped at this, almost pretty much at the seam. I did order another one because they finally got them restocked. But is there a way to save this? I had posted it on my community tab, and Renee had suggested silicone. Yeah, it's a good silicone, so silicone may stick to it. But any help, that would be great, because I really want to save it. I don't want to have to cut it up in pieces. I had already got a refund for it because this order was super, super late. So the company just refunded me because they thought it was lost. And that's been happening to me a lot. I eventually get it, but I got reimbursed for it. So I just used the reimbursement and ordered a new one once they got them in stock. So if you can help me with that, comment below or send me an email. My email is listed in, I think, either the description box or the About Me page, or both. Alright, now to why y'all here. So, I am going to make this beautiful turtle diamond mold that Tammy over at Epoxy Me That made and sent me in my Happy Meal that I opened up the other day, so you can go check that video out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it into this pretty pink alcohol ink, okay? I'm actually making it for one of my son's friends. So that's that. And then I'm also making this friend this rose. I'm going to use the red pigment paste with some of my crushed crystal mixed in. That's what my son had chosen. So we got that. And then if, for whatever leftover resin, I'm actually going to take this green, and it's just a Temu color. It's fruit green. I'm going to paint on the stem and the leaves. And I'm going to do the mixture of the pink and the yellow and swirl it around in hopes of doing like a rainbowy. So I'm not sure what pink and yellow make. Maybe a purple-ish color? I don't know. We'll find out. But I'm going to try and do like almost like a pink and yellow rose. Pink's my favorite color. Yellow is my favorite flower. Yellow rose is my favorite flower. So I'm doing that. I'll move them over there. And then I'm doing this for my husband because he loves his roses. So with one rose, I'm doing in Let's Resin. It's purple. I can't read it. I don't have my glasses on. I think it was like purple to red to, I can't pronounce that name. And I'm assuming a blue. And then I'm doing this yellow, yellow, purple, gold. A yellow, purple, gold chameleon powder from Let's Resin. Doing another one in, I know it was orange, blue, and purple. Oh, looked red to me. And then doing another rose in this purple, red, orange. And then I'm doing there's like 3 leaves in here. I'm doing that with the, what is it? I think it's like green to gold. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't read that tiny little words. My eyeballs have gotten old. So I'm doing that. I'm going to have to clean my mold out. Specks flying from the trees. And then I need to make another one of my Darth Vaders. Because I'm doing a tray. So... And then I still have to back my son's coaster. So I'm going to do the laser paste and the black powder like I did with the first one. And I'm just going to go ahead and back this since it's black anyways. So, and then if I have any leftover resin, it's going to go in this diamond right here. And yeah, so that is the plan. So, and what I'm going to do for the ones that are backed in black, I'm going to come, when it's time for me to do the resin, which is going to be after I color all this, I am going to come back because I want to try out the debubbler, the Resiners debubbler that Tammy sent me. So I want to do that on video. And then I will pour the black stuff. But I'll come back to when I make my resin. I will do the stuff that's not backed in black, because y'all have seen things back in black a million times, right? So, let me clean. See, where I work is outside on my lanai. It's screened in, but I get flyaways all the time. So let me get that part here, and then we will get started on the coloring. Let me put that over here, because I am going to do this one first. Let me make sure I'm in camera. I believe I am. Yes. Can I... Of course, my cat, Her Majesty, wants in. Alright. I have not used this before, so I have to open it. And so... Let me move my, sorry, my big old head's in the way. Trying to get a, pen. There we go. I'm having a lazy, messy hair. Still in my pajamas kind of day. I don't know if you guys can hear my princess out at the door waiting, went in, because she thinks it's treat time, and it's not treat time yet. She just thinks because it's starting to get dark, it's treat time. Yeah, she thinks she's a princess. She is a total diva. Alright, so... put some of this in the mold. Alright, so... I just want the leaves. So I'm varnishing, whatever you want to say. I can't talk today. In really, really good on the sides, on everything. The stem is so small, it's a little bit harder to get with this. So let me grab my harder makeup brush and see if I can get it with that. Yeah, that's better. I'm able to get it in there a little bit better with that. Yeah. It's been super warm here, so it does make it a bit harder to do some resin during the day like I really want to, because it is so hot here. Tap that out. So put a little bit more there. And then looks like there might be another leaf right there. Alright, so that one is done. Alright, let me close this up before my klutzy behind actually knocks it over. So we'll put that one to the side. Now, let's start with the green. Green. Yeah. See, it doesn't look green. You know what? I think I'm going to stick with that other green. Because I don't know about that one. So I'm going to go ahead and stick with this green. Because it is pretty. Hush, Mingy. It's not time. He's gonna like it no matter what, so. Alrighty. Here's that one. And I did get the rest of these molds from Temu. That looks like it's a leaf as well. And I've not poured these ever, so they're all new to me. So I don't know how it's going to turn out. I guess we will see. So how are all those with, kids in your home? How are you guys handling the beginning of summer? Ready to send them all back yet? Or is it still, or is it the beginning of the fun? I was always conflicted. But I remember growing up, I was one of them weird ones that I couldn't wait for the first day of school. Mainly because I got to see my friends. So, yeah. I was one of them weird ones. Alright. Looks like it's a leaf as well. Alrighty. Alrighty. Let me clean this up over here with... I know I have an alcohol wipe right... yeah, I have an alcohol wipe right here. Easier to reach than my baby wipes right this second. Because I want to get the stuff off the roses that is falling on the roses. Because with these powders, what's on there is first is what's going to be seen. So if you get just the tiniest bit of color that you don't want on your rose, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get it on there. So it's the first one down. Alrighty. Now, let me close this up. And go with the first color. And that's going to be yellow. I'm going to do this rose here in the yellow. I probably should pop them little things off. It's probably going to be easier to do. Alright. So let's get that in there. That's going to be difficult. I have a different brush. Yeah, let me do that one. Because I don't have my color switches button on me. Near me, I should say. Alright. Do-do-do. Alright, you guys. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, you see the technique that I'm doing, and what I'm going to do is, let me get all these varnished in, and we'll come back as soon as I'm done. So, alrighty. Be back in a minute. Alright, you guys, I'm back. Here's what I got. What do you think? Now, I just realized that I forgot I had gotten some chameleon powders from Temu as well. So, and because I don't have my glasses, I don't know which one's which. I just noticed the opening in the holes were different. So some of these might be Temu, some of them might be Let's Resin. So I will just link both of them. But that turned out pretty. So yeah. So let me mix up some resin, and I'll come back when to use the debubbler. All right. See you in a minute. Hey, you guys, I am back. I'm going to show you what I did, and then I'm going to come back after I get my some of my resin mixed and try out the debubbler that Tammy gifted to me. But this is it. What do you guys think? Isn't that pretty? So, yeah. Let me put those to the side. So, let me mix up some resin. I'm going to use my Resiner's double mixer because it's awesome. And I will be right back. See you soon. Alright, you guys. So, we are back. And I've poured my resin. I did the black laser paste from Temu and the black powder. And I'm going to stick it in here. I put one of my old mats in there to keep it from jostling around. Now, I've never did one of these before, so this is all new to me. So I guess right here we turn it on. I'll let it bubble. Oh, it's already started. Let me bring you down here. Oh, I keep putting my... Let me see. Alright, I'll come back when it's really bubbling. See, you can see in there. Let me turn on my flasher, see if you can see. But can you guys see the bubbles? The bubbles that are coming up? I can. And this is the Bond Crafters. So, alright. What I'm going to do now, let's see, there's about 3 minutes left. Sorry. Didn't mean to make y'all dizzy. So what I'm going to do, I'll come back. I'm going to pour the black into the molds that I showed you, that I'm doing black in, you know, because it's just black. And then I will come back when I'm ready to do the turtle, the other rose, and the other rose. Ah, I see a theme tonight. Roses. So, I'm going to let this finish debubbling, and I'm going to pour them, and I'll be back. See you then. Okay, so this is done bubbling. I thought I'd come back while I release the pressure. There's a little flap over here. You just pull it out, and let the air out. It's that easy. Alright, see you when I come back. Okay, I'm back. Hopefully I don't run out of battery. Alright, so we're going to do this turtle in this pink alcohol ink. And shake it up really, really, really well. And I know I haven't opened this yet, so I need that handy dandy pen. And you just take your pen and put it in here, in the tip of your thing. Come on. Puncher. Go through. Please. There we go. Think that worked. And remember, use like a plastic. Like I clean that. I'll just grab my other one real quick. Hold on. Okay, children. They always call it the wrong time. Alright, so I'm going to put... I want this... I don't want it opaque because it's a diamond mold. So... this is going to be a pretty pink. Mix in all my color. Because I want that diamond-y kind of feel to it. May do just a hair bit more. This is going to end up being my favorite color. And I think that's going to be it in color, for sure. Alrighty. So let's pour this. I think I have 4 ounces in here, because I have another mold over here to the side for extra. Because I didn't know, I couldn't remember how many this took when she poured it. I thought it was 2, and I must pay quite good attention, because it was 2. I paid good attention. Alright. I'm going to move this over here so I can have a working space, and I'll be right back. Okay. Make sure my camera keeps going. Alright, so we're going to pour some clear in here. I don't know how much this is going to take. It shouldn't take much. Alright. And then we are going to make drops of pink and yellow for the flower. Oh no, I put way too much. Way too much. Way too much. Alright. Let me move this over to the heat mat. Looks like I may have to put a popsicle stick underneath it. One of my small ones. Let me give it a swirly swirl. As soon as I find a swirly swirl stick. Not that. There we go. Take my dotting tool. Alright. Now, I have this clear. And I'm going to do red with crushed crystal. And then I will be done until it's time to demold. Alrighty. Gotta stir the red. See, this is the red. Shouldn't need much because I'm only doing, I think there's an ounce or something like that in here. Shouldn't, because I don't think this thing will take much, honestly. Alright, let's put some crushed crystal in there. I love crushed crystal. It is so pretty. This was courtesy of Renee. I won a lot, so... Ooh, maybe that was too much. I think that might have been too much. Ooh, little crushed crystal crazy. But his friend's girly girl, so it's alright. But this was a gift from over at Renee over at Custom Heart Creations. Alright, give that a good stir. Break all that crushed crystal up. Oh gosh, that's so pretty. You can see all the crushed crystal in there. Alrighty. I'm seeing crushed crystal everywhere now. Let me put the lid on the red. It's a really pretty red. Alrighty. Now, spray inside the mold because it's got little petals and stuff in there. And then we'll pour this. This should take most of this, if not all of it, and looks like it is. So I measured that pretty accurately. And I measured that pretty accurately. Oops, that's messy. Sorry for all the crafters out there that doesn't like mess. I'm still learning and still trying to make messes, trying to not make messes. I'm gonna get this on the heat mat. Ready? Ah, man, I got a mess. Alright, let's see. I only got a few drips. Alright, so I'm gonna probably put this in my little, oh gosh, I can't even think. I have this little hearts thing where I can put little bits and pieces in there, you know. I can't even think. Sheila calls it, see, my brain is not working. This is what they call fibromyalgia. See, I can't even think of it. Yeah. Anyone with fibromyalgia is going to know the forgetfulness that we have. And I can't even think of the word of it. So, alright. I will be back later when all this demolds. I will see you later. Hey guys, we're back. It's time to demold. These were our main projects here. These were our main projects here. And that was something that I had to do. And then these are extras right here. These are extras. So let's start with the extras. Still a little warm. It's a light pink. I may take and brush. I don't know what I may do rhinestones or something in that. So got that. And then I had gotten this. We have a dollar store. It's a Japanese dollar store called Daiso. And so I found this mold when I was in there the other day. So it's not a shiny mold, but that's okay. Oops. And I'm not sure what kind of, it looks like I need to trim it. I figured I did. Figured I would have to trim it just a little. Alright, there we go. So we got that. And then we have this little diamond. I don't know how easy it is going to be to get out. Let's see. Oh, I have to put it up against me, guys. Oh yeah, this is not going to be an easy one to get out. Come on. There we go. Got it. Wasn't too bad. There's the top of it. There's the bottom of it. I'm going to have to trim that up a little bit, I think. But yeah, that's kind of cool. My nail tech has these all over their shelf, so I may give that to them. Alright, I know, and I did a little bird. I know he's somewhat difficult to get out, so no, not this time. It's going to be fairly easy. Alrighty. And there's my pink bird. Got a few bubbles in his tail. But that's okay. It still looks kind of cool. Alright, so there's him. And then next, okay, these were our main projects. This is just something that I had to do for a project coming up. And I needed another one. And that project may be coming tomorrow. It's for a friend of ours who's a huge Star Wars fan. So, but another Darth Vader. Alright, now we're going to do these. This one, this one, this one, and then that one. This is the main one. Alright, so let's start with the rose. Alrighty. That mold to the side. And, ooh, that's pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Now, before I do anything with it, I'm going to ask my son if he wants me to do some, like, trimming it in gold or silver along the edge. But I think it's pretty the way it is. So that's pretty. Okay, we've got our beautiful turtle mold from Tammy. So let's get him out. Alright. See. Y'all ready? Ooh, so pretty. Look at the diamonds, diamondy. Yes, yes, yes. Alright. Next, we're going to do the rose. I was trying to do... I know I got overage on it. I may redo this one. And not fill it all the way up first. And then do the alcohol inks. Yeah, I'm going to have to redo this one. Without a doubt. It's got a lot of overage. A lot of overage. I definitely got to redo this one. Let's see. My husband still may like it. I may use my acrylic markers on it. And color the rose in. Since it didn't do what I wanted it to do. At all. That's all. Let's see. But, yeah. Definitely did not do it. Alrighty. Still very bendy. Almost got it all. Let me get that part off. Oops. Alrighty. Alrighty. Let me start. Still got some trimming right there to do. It looks like it was supposed to. Let's see. Looks like it's supposed to go like that. So there's like a little gap right there in it. It looks like. Yeah, right there. So I went over that. Alrighty. Yeah, I'm gonna re-pour that one. Redo what I had in my mind. Because what I had in my mind did not work. But, in a nutshell, there it is. So, but, there's that one. Alright, yeah. Clean this up right here, throw it in my little scrappies. That was what I was trying to look for. That my fibromyalgia cloud, brain fog, sorry. And that word wasn't coming out either. So, I'm hoping this one turns out. And I'm just going to add a little hanger in the back for him when it gets done cooling. Because right now it's still warm. I literally just turned the heat mat off. Alright, you guys ready? Wow. Okay. These turned a purple color. Huh. Wow. That's weird. And then this one's got like a glittery base. Well, this one really doesn't. Purple stayed the purple. And then that's more gold. Huh. That is weird. Wonder if it's because of the laser paste. Shouldn't. that shouldn't have any effect. At least I wouldn't think. Let's see, what are the colors that I use? Yeah, this was one of them. Huh. And that was one of them that I used. That's so weird. But that's what I got. Alright, you guys. Stay tuned for the final pictures. I'm still flabbergasted on how that one turned out. But Resin will do what Resin wants to do. But I think my husband will still like it. To me, it's got a gothy look to it. It's not what I wanted. I'm still flabbergasted. If anyone knows why these changed colors so drastically, let me know in the comments below, because I'm at a loss. So, I would have to say, out of everything, my two favorite things, actually, are the rose and the turtle. Alright, okay, so, I'm going to bed. Stay tuned for final pictures. And remember, show a little aloha to someone today, because you never know when they want to hear it. And I will try and get back tomorrow. Love you guys. Bye. Dawn's Crafty.